Hello, everybody. So it's the start of week 3, and I have a quick little update already. So, I am now actually 2 days behind on Vlogmas, not just one. And I'm going to have to think about how I'm going to be posting from now on to catch up until the 25th. But we still got time. I'm not overly concerned about it just yet. I did just edit and post last week's reading vlog, so we got that going. I did film the baking video of all the Christmas baking I did, so that's a vlog right there. And I have a couple of book tags that I have planned out and a couple of other videos planned out as well. I had my booster last week, and I had said, like, yeah, basically it felt like I was like railroaded with the flu all day. And the next day, I guess the lymph nodes, like right underneath your armpits, mine were swollen and super tender. Like it hurt for a couple of days. And it just now, like it was tender, a little bit tender all day today. And I finally have pain-free pits. I've never really experienced that before. That was weird. But we're fine. I feel like I'm finally over the stinking booster. Well, TMI, but that's my update for my booster shot. Now that I've talked about my vlogging and my booster reading update, I'm still picking through Matzo Ball. I'm almost done. It's like about a 10-hour audiobook, I think. I just know I have 2 hours left. I actually see myself finishing this within the next day or two. At this point, our main character, she is a Christmas romance author, but she's Jewish. And she basically finds out that they're canceling her contract under this pseudonym. Is that the word I'm looking for? This fake name that she uses to write as this Christmas romance author because she's the rabbi's daughter and she doesn't want to like embarrass her family. They want to cancel her contract and have her write as herself, but they want a Hanukkah romance from her. But she doesn't know how to write one because she doesn't feel like it has the same amount of Christmas magic as Christmas, and of course not, because it's not the same. And so she hears about this matzo ball, and she's like, okay, the guy who's running it is actually my first love from this camp, and he broke my heart. I'm going to see if I can like do a deal with him so I can get a ticket to his matzo ball so I can have some inspiration for this Hanukkah romance. And now from the guy's perspective, he believes his heart was broken by her because there's like this miscommunication thing that happened. And he's like, all right, fine. You want a ticket? You do have to volunteer for the event for the few days leading up to it. And the downside is she agrees, but she has a chronic illness. So actually being on her feet and trying to volunteer isn't going to be good for her. So as you can imagine, like, they're not really talking to each other. There's all this miscommunication happening and shenanigans happen. And right roughly where I am, actually, she finds out that her getting her heart broken and her getting, because basically she really liked this guy, but they got together because they kept playing pranks on each other. And then they share their first kiss at this lake, and she looks up and she sees there's a group of people watching her. And they're like, they have their flashlights. And she thinks this other guy set her up, that her first kiss was a prank. And she's devastated, and so she ghosts him, which is why he thinks he got his heart broken because he doesn't understand why she just stood him up like that. We find out what truly happened. And she finds out it's not his fault. But she's not ready to forgive him or trust him. And I'm like, why not? And that little moment has me really upset. Like, why? Why aren't you giving him a chance? So I think it's like almost pushing it in regards to that storyline. And things are working out between them now. I don't want to give any more away because I feel like even that little moment was too spoilery, and I'm sorry if it was. That like really angered me. And so I was prepared to like rate this 3 out of 5 stars, but I'm leaning towards 2. So unless something fantastic happened within the next couple hours, it's not getting anything higher than a 2. I started 2 other books. I started The Holiday Swap, and I've also started Blame It on the Mistletoe. Blame It on the Mistletoe is the traveling one that's kind of like the movie The Holiday. And The Holiday Swap is about this woman who is this renowned chef, but she hits her head and loses her sense of taste and smell. And I think she switched places with her twin sister. I could be mistaken because I literally just started that one. So we have The Matzo Ball as an audiobook. We have Blame It on the Mistletoe as an ebook, and I'm currently reading a physical copy of The Holiday Swap. So that is much reading as I have done so far. I was half tempted to do all my like editing and posting, start this vlog, and then finally pick up Letters to Father Christmas, because I know I can easily crank that out and finally get some points for Nutcracker, because I haven't earned any points in like a week. But I'm tired. It's late. It's almost 10:30 and I kind of want to go to bed. So we're just going to wait for it to do that another day. I feel like every day I keep having to push back things I want to do. Like I still have to like send out Christmas cards. I've been wanting to do holiday deals for a while now. And I got a bunch of other things I need to do too. It's just going to feel busy until after Christmas, and that's just part of Christmas. But that's all I have for you guys, and I'll check in with you guys next time. Hey, so I just got home from work, and I figured I'd do a quick little, update. I finished something. I finished The Matzo Ball by Dean Meltzer, and I rated it 2 out of 5 stars. I didn't care for it. I didn't like our 2 main characters, but enjoyed the side characters, and I wish we saw more of that. And also, while I was listening to it, what's her name? Well, she's flirting with the guy. She's like, oh, I have a secret identity. I'm part of the Israel, armed forces, Mossad. And it didn't register to me what it was because I didn't know what it was. And then I was reading the reviews. Oh my God. And she had joked about I killed 75 people with this headband. I'm like, okay, so you made a joke about killing Palestinians as a flirting moment? What? So something to bear in mind and watch out for if you do decide to read it. It was just that one moment and then it stopped, but ugh. But that was Vixen, a book that recently caught my eye, and I listened to it as an audiobook, so I gained 20 points for it, for what it's worth. And so at this point, I have 10, 25, 45. I've earned a total of 45 points for a Nutcracker because I already have done Dasher and Comet. Dasher was worth 10 points, and I read Oddball 4, and Comet was worth 15 points, and I read Lore Olympus 4. That's the only thing I finished. I've gotten a little bit farther in Blame It on the Mistletoe. Our 2 characters, one's from the UK and one's from New Jersey, not California like I originally thought, and I think I mentioned that in my TBR video. But that one right now is for a book with a travel element because it's based off of the holiday, and it's okay. I'm not wowed by it, and like I said, I started The Holiday Swap. I don't have the book in front of me, and I think that's that, but I haven't read any of that. At least I haven't continued with that since starting it. And that's it. To be honest, I hadn't had the greatest couple of days. I've somehow got involved in some work drama. How can I word this without giving too much information away? Somebody was told that I had said this guy at work makes me uncomfortable, and this guy is my coworker, makes me uncomfortable. He's creepy. And this guy heard that. And so he did the correct thing. He went to his supervisor because he wanted to make things right. And his supervisor went to our union person, and our union person went to my supervisor. And then my supervisor asked me if I was feeling okay at work. And of course, he gave no preamble. He didn't tell me what it was. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then he said about what was supposedly said about this guy and how I felt about this guy. And I literally almost laughed in my supervisor's face. I'm like, what are you talking about? This person is one of the most professional people I've ever worked with. What is this about? And my supervisor basically said, I can't really give you information, but this was part of our investigation. And we just wanted to be sure that you were, that you felt comfortable at work. And I'm like, okay. See my eyes twitching. That's how stressed I've been about it. And until this investigation was sorted, this coworker that I had a great relationship wouldn't look at me in the face. And of course he didn't. Of course he wouldn't. He's a minority too. And I 100% recognize a threat that I am as a white woman to him. But in the end, the investigation was cleared. Clearly, he didn't do anything wrong, and I'm told it was a mistake. It was a game of telephone. I don't know how this could have been a mistake, and I was very upset. I was very angry because no one was telling me anything more. But people talk, and I was able to find out like the source of all this. And the person who made this claim and told this coworker apparently said that they overheard it, overheard me specifically say it. And it's not true, considering I don't talk to this person. I literally say good morning to them and occasionally some small talk, but I certainly don't talk about my coworkers with this person because I don't know them. So I started off with all of this as, oh no, my male coworker has someone with a grudge against them. But it turns out it's against me. Because I'm like, why would this person lie? I must have done something to offend this person. I don't know what the fuck that is, since I don't talk to them. But, yeah. It's all said and done. It's fixed. I now have to work on my relationship with my male coworker again. And I now have this person just looming over my head. And I don't know what's that about. So I've just been stressed about that, and I haven't been wanting to read. In fact, see, I'm getting emotional about it. In fact, I was so mad about it that I started crying. Give me a minute. I hate that I cry when I'm pissed off. I got so emotional about it that I started crying at the desk. And people are like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm just royally pissed off. And of course, I couldn't tell them why I was royally pissed off because this investigation was happening. If you've ever been curious what it's like to work in a library, you think you're doing great work by working with the public, but some of your coworkers, it feels like you're in high school again. It's supposedly done, and I'm just going to be wondering about it until something else comes up. I gotta get ready for bed, and I gotta get sorted for tomorrow, like make my lunch and get my clothes aside, because I joke that it's pretty well known that I don't have great time management, so I'm constantly a couple minutes late to work, and I never thought it was a big deal, because at most I would walk in at 9:03, not 9 o'clock, and I'm like, who cares, right? But apparently it got noticeable, and I got talked about that, on top of being talked about this whole situation. So yesterday sucked. Overall sucked. So I need to start being better about my time management because I can't afford to lose this job. Yeah, well, that's it. Good morning, everybody. I am in such high spirits. So I have an update to that work drama situation I was in, and it was clearly a mistake. It was such a mistake. So the person that said something spoke to me. So we see each other once a week, in passing, and that person came to me and they apologized. They explained what had happened. They were talking about someone else completely to a mutual coworker, and that coworker misunderstood and wanted to protect their friend, and so they went to the male coworker I was talking about, saying, hey, I had supposedly said this as be careful, which of course made him uncomfortable, made him nervous, and so that's what started the whole snowball effect. It was a completely misunderstanding. And I wish I can give actual details of how this came about, but I can't really. All I know that it makes, now that I know all the details, it makes complete sense about what happened. I really appreciate that person came to apologize to me and to explain themselves. And this, I am so relieved. It's not even funny. But basically, I did not peeve this person off. They didn't have a vendetta against me, and it was truly, completely a mistake, and they made it right. When I had my meeting with my supervisor, they had their meeting with their supervisor, and we were both like, what the hell are you talking about? Oh my God, I'm such an emotional wreck. As soon as they came to me and started explaining themselves and they apologized, I literally started crying right then and there. And I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. That situation was a glorious show. And it's still very high school, but at least this was truly a mistake and the intentions were completely innocent. All right, so It's funny, I got here super early because I really wanted to try to catch this person. I arrived here at 8:20, even though my shift doesn't start till 9. So I did all my chores. I think there's only one little thing I need to do before, like I need to open up. But once I open up, I think I want to, because I did everything already, I think I might sit down and read a tiny bit. Hello everybody, so I'm going to use this opportunity just to wrap up this week's vlog. Like I said, I started the Christmas swap, the holiday swap. I also started on Castle in the Clouds, and I started a third one. Which one is it? Blame It on the Mistletoe. I had to think about for a second. But the only thing I really finished this week was the matzo ball, which I didn't care for. So that's all I read this week. I finished shopping, at least I thought I did. I just did all of my cards, right? Everything is, you know, in little envelopes. They're stamped. I'm not showing you because I don't want to show you people's addresses. But I have 5 extra. I didn't realize, which works for me because my old boss sent us a card and I didn't have an envelope for her because I wasn't expecting one from her, but she sent us one. So I am going to have to go out and get envelopes to at least use up the extra ones that I have. So thank you, Staples, for giving me extra ones, because I was thinking, damn, I have to go to the store to pick up another card at the very least for this boss. But I have 5 extra. I'm just going to give it to my current boss, my old boss, and to my neighbors, and then pretty much call it. Everyone else is just stamped. Oh, there is one that's meant to go to Canada that I do have to send in person. So I'm going to go to the post office, see if they have any extra envelopes, but I might have to go back to CVS to get some envelopes. It may actually be cheaper just to go to CVS. Well, anyways, I thought my shopping was done, but I do have to get envelopes, and that's it. I am going to wrap the couple things I have now tonight, and then just wrap the last 2 remaining presents that are currently on their way. One may not show up in time. They're my husband's. And his big present I got earlier, but I got the little stragglers yesterday. It looks like one may be late, and that's upsetting. But at this point, I'm pretty much done with Christmas. I wanted to be done by Christmas so I can really just enjoy this week. And I do hope to at least edit one more video to post tonight. I did most of what I wanted to do today, not all of it, but that's to be expected because I had a pretty large chore list today. But that's pretty much it. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I guess it's ta-ta for now. Bye, guys.